I must take the mantle back. I must right these wrongs.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're exploring sequels that made the shocking and sometimes disappointing decision to do away with fan-favorite characters in the first act.
For whatever you dream, Miss Sophie, we will make real.
This was her dream. I'm just trying to see it through.
This list is rife with spoilers, so a spoiler alert is in effect. Dawn Wiener, Palindromes. The cult classic Welcome to the Dollhouse introduced us to Dawn, a misfit middle schooler trying desperately to fit in.
Mrs. Grissom?
Yes, Dawn?
Brandon's trying to copy my answers.
You lie.
Dark as the comedy is, we grew to love Dawn and her eccentric ways. So when writer-director Todd Solondz revisited the same universe in his 2004 spiritual sequel Palindromes, viewers were probably shocked to see him double down on the darkness.
Dawn went through many phases in her short life. But one thing that never changed was her love of music.
The movie actually opens with Dawn's funeral before leading us into the story of her younger cousin Aviva. However, Dawn returns in 2016's Wiener Dog, played by Greta Gerwig, in what must be some alternate timeline to the other two films.
You look pretty good.
Thanks. You do too.
Weird.
Charles Deetz, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. In the original movie, Charles and Delia Deetz's remodeling of their new home touches off a lot of the supernatural happenings that go on. The second movie makes quick work of killing him off in an over-the-top animated plane crash and shark attack sequence.
He was returning from his bird-watching expedition to the Funafuti Atoll when his plane went down in the South Pacific.
Far-fetched and surreal as it is, the decision to cut Charles out of the sequel has a real-world explanation. Actor Jeffrey Jones's legal issues since the first movie made him an unacceptable choice for a family comedy.
Hey!
So how did he die? A shark jumped out of the water!
Rather than recast, the makers decided to give the character a properly painful send-off. Besides, Catherine O'Hara's Delia was always the real show anyway. Becky Scott, Clerks 3. Kevin Smith's third in his trilogy about slackers who work at a convenience store is surprisingly emotional.
There was an 80% chance everything for me was just gonna stop. There was an 80% chance you and I were never gonna talk about Star Wars again.
After suffering a heart attack, Smith rewrote his script to be more reflective. Part of this essentially rewrote the happy ending of Clerks 2. Dante Hicks proposed to Becky at the end of that film.
Is that a yes?
What took you so long?
In Clerks 3, we learn that Becky was taken from Dante in a car accident along with their unborn child. It gets things off to a contemplative and rather mournful start that has the characters taking a look at their lives and reckoning with them.
Let's make a promise that we can.
Vanessa Kensington, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Do you smoke after sex?
I don't know, baby. I never looked.
Secret agent and international man of mystery, Austin Powers spends the entire first movie fighting Dr. Evil alongside Vanessa Kensington. A capable agent herself, Vanessa's professionalism is a great compliment to Austin's more laid-back approach to spying. At the start of the sequel, they're married and cuddling in their honeymoon suite. A twist in the first few minutes reveals that Vanessa is really a robotic assassin called a fembot all along. She tries to murder Austin before self-destructing.
Vanessa, you're a fembot!
No Sherlock.
It's a hilariously nonsensical plot point. There's no way the first movie makes sense if this is true, but making sense is not really what Austin Powers is about.
Perhaps next time you should try foreplay.
Mako Mori, Pacific Rim Uprising. In the first movie, Mako is a force. Her dream of becoming a Jaeger pilot is one of the movie's most unexpectedly affecting storylines. Fans were excited to see her make a return in the sequel. Pacific Rim Uprising follows Mako as she leads the defense against the kaiju.
Nearly half the council is backing Li Wen. They aren't going to like my decision.
But before the halfway point, the character dies in a Jaeger attack. Mako's helicopter crashes, leaving behind her adoptive brother to avenge her. The decision was not popular at all. Not only was the movie not as good as the original, but by killing off one of its most inspiring characters, it further alienated audiences.
She was my sister. My family.
Irene Adler, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's detective has one weak spot. As Irene Adler, his former love and intellectual match, Rachel McAdams burned up the screen with Robert Downey Jr.
Why are you always so suspicious?
Shall I answer chronologically or alphabetically?
Careful not to cut yourself on this lethal envelope.
We were robbed of that chemistry in the sequel. 2011 Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows sees Adler killed by another Holmes adversary, Professor Moriarty. Critics immediately pointed out that McAdams' talent was wasted on such a quick and unceremonious exit.
I don't blame you. I blame myself. It's been apparent to me for some time that you had succumbed to your feelings for him.
It proved such an unworthy fate that there was talk that the character faked her death.
I no longer require your services.
As of writing, a third film has yet to materialize to give fans any closure on that point. T'Challa, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
I cannot stay here with you. I cannot rest where he sits on the throne.
Upon the death of Chadwick Boseman in 2020, the creators behind Marvel's groundbreaking superhero franchise had to make a choice: recast the T'Challa or write him out. They chose to dedicate the sequel to mourning both the character and the actor, giving T'Challa a proper send-off. The character's sister Shuri donned the suit instead. Given how quickly the movie followed after Boseman's death, it's understandable that trying to replace him seemed impossible. While fans respect the decision to honor the original actor, internet forums seem divided on whether or not the character should have been recast. Laurie Strode, Halloween Resurrection. In 1998, Jamie Lee Curtis made her triumphant return to the series that made her a star. Reprising her role as Laurie Strode, she agreed to do Halloween H2O on one condition: her character had to be the one to finally kill Michael Myers. Well, that sort of happened. Due to a clause in the contract that the villain couldn't die, he came back a few years later in Halloween Resurrection. Curtis returned for a quick prologue that saw Laurie being pursued by Michael once more. Unlike the previous entries, Myers catches up to her and kills her. That's probably good for Curtis. She got to sit out the rest of this movie and got another shot at Michael in a different continuity later.
Laurie Strode, sister of Michael Myers, survives Halloween Night Massacre.
Donna Sheridan, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Like an image passing by, my love, my life.
Fans had their antennae up as soon as the trailer dropped. Meryl Streep's hotelier Donna Sheridan was mentioned only in the past tense, with little new footage of Streep herself. What's a Mamma Mia sequel without Meryl Streep? Donna is revealed to have died after the events of the first movie. She appears as a spirit in the film's climax, while the story of her young self is told through flashbacks.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist ya?
Though the idea stemmed from Streep's hesitance to commit to another full production, it did have some thematic resonance. Loss, grief, and the cycle of life are a big part of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
My love, my life, in the mirror of your eyes, my life.
we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Newt, Alien 3. The second film in the franchise saw Lieutenant Ellen Ripley blasting her way through and forming a bond with a young orphaned girl named Newt.
Get away from her, you.
At the end, Ripley, Newt, Hicks, and an android named Bishop enter a ship on the way back to Earth. Alien 3 dashes all our hopes in its first few minutes. All but Ripley are killed by a mysterious malfunction that sends the ship crashing onto a penal colony in deep space.
And EVs come down. Get down to the beach, there may be others. No!
The outrage at suddenly doing away with a relationship fans became invested in was just one of the many reasons the third movie was a massive misfire.
Where are the others?
They didn't make it.
What?
They didn't survive.
Which of these character deaths disappointed you the most? Tell us in the comments.